Yeah,
not
when
care about when fabric arrives.
Okay, so anything fabric on hand will be 524.
Obviously, the goal is for at least one color of each to be on that day, but yeah. It should be.
Okay. Just maybe send me the file top so I'm like aware there. This page is canceled.
Okay, so I'll update this and send it to you.
This is giving me vibes from the dress that I wore.
It is. It's the same shape top version.
I literally am
Got our little pockets. We'll make you one in the. It's not here, but we have another mini one. Yes. Sorry,
You look so stunning. We gotta get you in here with all your good clothes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about this? Are you nervous?
Okay. Yeah, don't feel nervous.
Okay.
You can look or not, you know. Hey, hi. So a lot of the people that I've been interviewing, I actually know them a little better than you. So this is exciting because you're a new friend in my life. So I actually took notes. Okay. So tell me like a little bit about your backstory. How did fashion and all of these things come to be?
It feels a little cliche, but I always loved clothes.
Yeah.
And I grew up, my mom had great style, my grandmothers had great style, my great-grandmother was a tailor. So that's kind of fun.
Where?
Yeah. In the United States, but she is this German woman, very strict and like made clothes for herself and my mother, and then also like did tailoring for other people. I think growing up in Staten Island, which is where I'm from, you are exposed to fashion and culture in a very different way. You're a bit more isolated, and I think I always knew that I wanted to step out of that upbringing, but I was, even in kindergarten, I remember drawing on my own jeans and then drawing on other kids' jeans to like give them a little bit of their own personal style, or like I would cut up my clothes and make things from them. So
it's in your blood.
Yeah. And when it was finally time to go to college, I went to Parsons.
Oh, you did?
Yes. But I studied product design because I wasn't cool enough for fashion. I was too afraid. I felt like all the fashion kids are a little bit too cool and too serious. And I'm not competitive by nature. So I studied product design because also it was a unique time in the industry where 3D printing was just becoming a thing. And so it felt really mysterious and something I couldn't learn outside of school.
That's like, so cool.
Yeah, my university.
And you're not competitive. That's also interesting.
No, not at all. It's really like, not problematic, but I would say it's something that I probably could use a little bit more.
No, I identify with that because I feel like I'm not competitive. I kind of feel like there's a place for everybody.
Yes.
And it's just about finding kind of where you fit and finding your strengths.
And being supportive
Exactly.
of each other. But I ended up in fashion in the end because I think that was somewhere where I knew I would land. And so I graduated and I started my first full-time position at Altazara.
Really? So what did you do for them?
I worked with Joseph. So first I started as a PR intern with them actually. And I was running around carrying garment bags everywhere and dropping off show invitations. And then Joseph's business partner called me and said, okay, you've made the cut, you can stay on and then work with Joseph. And
that's
so
huge.
It was pretty huge.
Like at such a young age, like what a big deal. Are all like the fashion, like the documentaries true? Like was it really stressful and chaotic?
I always say this, if you're not passionate about this industry, don't even bother because it takes a toll on you. I feel like, you know, you really have to love clothes, which sounds so silly, and but it's not for the faint of heart. And I'd say Devil Wears Prada is a pretty good example.
So it's true.
Like,
it's like it's not a documentary, but it might as well be because it's that accurate.
For sure. We do often quote, you know, scenes from the movie.
Really?
Because it's true. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so then after that, and you got promoted, what happened after that then?
So I was at Altazara for the first 6 years of my career, which was really amazing because I was Joseph's right hand. So I helped him do everything from, you know, design and development through to production. So it's really rewarding because not only do I know, okay, this is what you have to do to put something down the runway, but then this is what you have to do to put something in a retail store and get their feedback and understand like the costing and the business side that goes into everything. So it's such an amazing experience and so much exposure because typically a design role you would be just focusing on sketching and picking fabrics and doing that, but I really got to see the process from the beginning all the way through to
How
selling of the
cool.
clothes. Yeah, it was a lot
That's
of
like a
fun.
PhD in fashion, like business and the creative
Yes.
side of it.
It really felt that way. I was thrown into a lot, but they trusted me, and I also was really eager to be a part of the process. And I really still believe in everything that Joseph does,
Yeah.
but also at the same time, like being there at that moment, it was such like a big time for the brand and really exciting. And FDA awards and just all of these competitions that we were winning, like we were on cloud nine all the time.
I was gonna say that must have just felt like such a surreal moment in your life. Not only because you were young and it was your first like life experience in the business, but also because it's like who he is and what his brand represents. I mean, you must have felt like you hit the jackpot.
Oh, absolutely. I still am so grateful.
Yeah.
When they first interviewed me for the Vogue article that came out when we launched this collection, like I owe it all to him in a lot of ways.
Now I want to talk about your clothing line, one of, and I did write this quote down because it's on your Instagram. And it's that you're creating responsible, bespoke fashion honoring what came before. I love that it's honoring what came before. I think we always talk about fashion and the recycling component, and I love that because it's, you know, about being environmentally conscious. But I think the honoring also adds another level about just the deep appreciation for the people who came before us and made the fabrics and the craft and the art of it.
Yeah.
So I really hold on to that. So can you talk about that?
No, I appreciate for bringing that up because it's so true. I think part of what we set out to do is to really speak to the materials themselves. And some of these have been sitting on shelves for 10, 15, 20 years, just collecting dust because somebody said, it's not for right now. I'm going to, you know, just lay it there and then it's forgotten. And so the whole idea is to like pull that off and say, it's equally as beautiful now. And we, honoring what came before us, we're working with leftover fabrics from brands, but also from the mills themselves. So it's really just about kind of highlighting that these things are existing. Like we didn't do anything to them. We literally just took them and turned them into a garment. And I think there's so much beauty in that.
So where do you source these materials from? Like where are the mills and?
Yeah, all over. A lot of them come from France. We work specifically with the Hermes owned mill, Maison Boucal. And I've had
Fancy. Anytime you throw Hermes in there, it's like yours per go.
Yes. They do this really special for us. They allow us to go into their archives. I'm actually going there at the end of June to go and see a lot of the new fabrics. So I'm super excited.
So where is it in France? Is it near? Oh,
yeah. So I'm super excited. I've never been there.
Oh my gosh.
And before that, we were going to Paris and buying some of the fabrics from a local shop. It was kind of like a mood, but bought all of the leftover LVMH fabrics, which was really fun. I got to see like Celine Phoebe Philo leathers like down in a basement, which is really strange, but also
I mean, but
cool.
just like it's like an archive of all of these different moments in time.
And it's fun too because a lot of the ones that we find locally as well, we have to backtrack and figure out, okay, what collection is it from? Like one of these is an old Tom Ford fabric, and I've never seen this. Where is it from? And then one of the first collections we used an old Valentino fabric, which I only found looking at the old lookbooks, and I was like, wait a minute, we used that fabric.
Wait, that's so crazy. Do you know what year it was from?
I think it was pre-fall 2016, if I remember. Maybe, actually, I think it was older than that.
I love that. Okay, so can we talk about your new collection and the campaign that you shot in Mexico?
So fun.
Oh my God. I think because they're so theatrical, the shots. And so I'm really drawn to that. You always want to wear these beautiful dresses that make you feel beautiful. But then there's the theatrical component of it, which you want to put those dresses on and feel like you're in Mexico in that campaign. And like,
oh, I love that. I think you should always feel transported when you put something on.
That's
like,
the perfect way to say it.
And for me, like the storytelling and the cinematic feeling is also really important. Like we want everything to feel like this kind of moment in time, and like for you to really see yourself in the clothes, because we're not making them complicated and like over designing the garments themselves. So we had to have a lot of fun with how we shoot it because we're working with such simple silhouettes. And I love that you picked up that it's like this kind of counterbalance of powerful colors with like kind of muting them down. And a lot of, you know, thought went into that whole shoot, and going to Mexico was kind of a why not moment.
I mean, that sounds like the best why not moment. I'd be like, Mexico, great. Oh, something else I want to talk about. we talk about these bows on the shoes
Yes.
and that, oh my God, that shot of the woman, your model, with the velvet
Yes.
bows, right? That
Mhm.
like drape down and then off of her shoes.
Yes.
Oh dear God. I was like, I need this whole thing. I want to be a part of this photo. I just want to live in that moment. Yeah, I need to try it all on. I need to wear it all the time.
Yes, you can. Any moment. The bows on the shoes are my favorite. It stresses people out that they're so long. And I try and explain, like, we'll give them a haircut to whatever you prefer. But it's nerve-wracking for people to go around with them.
Well, actually, while you're up, do you want to show me some of these beautiful little designs?
With each collection, we play a little bit more with the fabric. So this is already, it's a recycled taffeta, which is amazing. But then on top of it, we crinkled it just to give it that extra little bit of texture, and it's going to hold that crinkle throughout. So it's pleating. So it's just like a little bit of heat, and we did this irregular crinkle to it. So it just has like this easy, relaxed texture. Pockets, of course.
I love
Pocket.
Totally. I love a pocket.
Big bow on the shoulder, and then the back is really, really beautiful, where it has this kind of low cutout halter, and you can wear it with the tonal belt or wear it without. So you have the option to make it really easy or cinch it in and have it hug your body a bit more. This is my favorite piece.
Yes.
And of course, we have the slides that go with it and the matching fan.
This is so stunning. I also love the matching sets.
Yes. So those are
Like the
out.
bralette top situation.
I do have one version of it here where it's this is a
Yes.
little bit of a longer bra. And so
Yes.
what's so fun about these is that, you know, you can do them longer or shorter depending on like where your comfort level is. And the idea is that, thank you, you wear them, there's no corset inside. So what's really nice is that they're super comfortable. We have a little bit of boning here on the side,
Yeah.
but then no cups because everybody's body's different. What we do is we're able to say, like, if you like this silhouette, we can do it in any of these fabrics or other fabrics. So it's completely collaborative. Nothing here is what you have to do. It's all suggestive. So yeah, you come in, try things on, and then we pick up fabrics. We send you home with swatches. We send a recap. You think about it, and then you let us know if you want to purchase. Because we don't want to encourage shopping and buying things that you don't necessarily need or want or have a use for.
Yeah.
We want you to keep reaching for it in your closet. So
And like last for years and years and years.
exactly, quality is super important to us.
This might be the most favorite thing I've ever worn in my life. I usually don't dress in color, which is why it's so crazy that I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
I think I've never loved anything I've worn more in my life. Wow.
Yeah,
I just want to hang out. Thank you for doing this with me. I think we did great.
Yay.